What do you call a drummer without a girlfriend?
Danny. So first day of tour, we are in York at the moment. This place is called The Crescent. And yeah, this tour came really spontaneously. It was Dan, who drums in Elliot Minor, has been a friend of mine for years. And we just came off tour with a band called Set It Off. And I had an after party at my hotel. And he came and he's just like, hey, do you want to support us on our reunion tour? It's next month. I was just like, yeah, cool. So this is the first day of it.
First up, every tour, do you feel nerves?
I find that I perform way better if I stay calm right up to the last second, so I don't like stress myself out or whatever. So no, I don't really get nervous till right before I go on stage.
What's it like playing these small venues? What are the limitations of this stage?
So today's stage, there's not very much room, is there? Especially for a drum kit. So we'll probably have to go stage left, stage right, sorry. I'll move all the equipment back and hopefully we'll fit in there and I'll be able to be nice and loud in that corner, you know? It's not the worst place I've ever played. Should be fun and exciting, yes.
I like the smaller ones more, believe it or not. Like the last tour we did, we played to some of those rooms were like over 3,000. But little ones like this, the atmosphere is instant. You can feel it instantly. Like it just feels more real and alive instantly with everyone. You can see everyone's faces. So it's more, I know it sounds corny, everyone says intimate, but it is. So I'm pumped for this one. I think this is like 300 caps, so this is the smallest one of the tour, but I think this will definitely be one of the funnest ones.
So why do you do sound check? What's the purpose?
That's a good question, and no one's ever asked me that. I just sing here, and I've always done sound check. It's just see that everything's kind of running okay, and everything's plugged in right for the show. But yeah, maybe that's not the reason. Maybe there's a deeper reason that I don't know about, but I just go with the flow. Other bands will know that when you support bands, you gotta set up in front of the main headline band, because we're not worthy. We're not cool enough yet to be up there. But I'll make it work. Because I'm a professional. I can't tell if you have one big ring on or like 18.
I've got loads of them. Because I don't know, I don't feel comfortable with rings, and I didn't want to buy.
Is this like a mood ring?
Spin, bro. Right now I'm
I know, it's just
I'm angry and I'm ready.
It's just glitter.
Yeah, it's glitter. It's like, it comes from a don't put that in the video.
So when I was like, I don't know, 14, 15, something like that, I just spent a lot of time watching Kerrang and Scuzz TV. That's how I found so many bands and got into like heavy music. And Elliot Minor were on there all the time, like on rotation. So I heard like Jessica and Parallel Worlds. I actually never got to see them live, but I loved their music. It was super infectious. So crazy full circle moment now that buddies with Dan and going on tour with them all this time later. It's cool when you go on tour with a band that you want to watch them every night, and this is one of those bands for me.
If someone was to tell like a young version of you that you'd one day be supporting them, what would you tell them?
Yeah, that's, I've been super fortunate with things like that, like getting to play with bands like Papa Roach, Limp Bizkit, Elliot Minor, Yumi at 6, like so many of them are like I ever saw on TV or in magazines, and they all inspired me. So getting to be friends with them and some of them and play with them, yeah, I don't really think about it much, but I've never been asked that, but yeah, I think you just have to be just super grateful and feed off to try and do that for others, and it makes me happy and makes me feel like I'm where I should be.
The tour as a whole, I mean, you're away for 5 days, it's not a long stretch. What's the feeling going into it? What home comforts would you miss being away?
Home cooked foods, my actual bed. I don't sleep very well on the bus. With all the rocking and stuff, it wakes me up. So I sleep the most rubbish I ever sleep on the bus. But alcohol fixes that.
First day, tour manager Fred here, extraordinaire. Might be handsome, but not organized. His printer is deceased because you saw the cable and thought I won't need that, and left it at home.
You've had a good run, Fred. You're fired.
How are we meant to remember the songs?
What's your favourite bit of kit that you bring along that you sort of wouldn't be able to live without?
So I really love my snare drum. It's from like 1975, but it's dead loud and dead brash, and everyone hates it, but I love it. Because I hate it dead hard. And I love my kit. I've had this kit for 20 odd years now, and it's done every good gig with me and been around the world with me. So
Been the good and bad ones.
Yeah, Big Red, Let's go. Big Red it is.
So I took Dave to Dubai after that like month tour that we did, just for like a breather. And one night on the bus, Jeff and Dave were play fighting, and Jeff, what was it? You got like he put his feet on Dave's chest and pushed him into the roof, but like oh yeah.
I sat down. He goes, "Get out of that!" There, and I pushed him against the roof and squashed him.
And he kept saying he think he broke a rib, but he was fine. Let me show you. So I'm in Dubai and we're having a good time drinking, and all of a sudden, here you go. Here's a chain of events. Dave Deering, time of his life, living the dream. It's 5 minutes later, ended him up there. So you can see the chain of events. It was him dancing to them saying something's wrong and like coming over. I'm like, what do you mean something's wrong, bro? You've just been dancing, relax. Maybe you've got a stitch or you drank too much. He's like, no, it's really bad. And I'm like, Dave, you're making a scene. Like, come on, bro, we're having a good time. And I knew it was bad when he started, beads of sweat started coming down his head. So then he's there, he's just like, I'm like, and like he's a bit of a drama queen sometimes, so it's hard for me to give sympathy to him. We're like, do you need to go to the hospital? He's like, I need to go to the hospital, mate. Do you want a wheelchair, mate? He's like, I need a wheelchair. So then like all the staff start coming over, giving him water and stuff, and he can't physically even get into the wheelchair. And we're like, has he torn a muscle? Like, what could have happened? Because all he was doing was dancing. There he is in the wheelchair in the elevator. There he is. There he is. There's the ambulance arriving at the hotel. He's just hunched over. How much was that ambulance?
Oh, 1,800.
1,800 quid.
In everything, in total.
Unbelievable. So like we drop him off, and me and my buddy Dan were just like, what could it be? Like he's probably just ripped a muscle from throwing some serious shapes.
Very good, serious shit.
So we just drop him off, no sympathy, and we're like, right, we're going to the pub. And then me and Dan went to the pub down the road, just play some darts, just get through a photo, and it's just like official Dubai hospital, and his rib is literally fractured right down the middle. Couldn't believe it. Yeah. So warming up, I used to, back in the day, have a vocal coach. So you do scales and things like that, warming up, the importance of it, and warming down, the fact that your voice is like a muscle, just like anything, so if you just dive into it, it's not really good, just going in raw dog. So yeah, I learned the importance of warming up, warming down, and a technique called the bubble, which is, you might have heard singers or people do before when they go make a silly sound with their lips and they go. So that causes vibrations, which makes the chords vibrate, but it's really annoying for people to hear, especially as much as I do it, because I'm like very voice conscious, so I'm just on tour constantly walking around going. Just people, it's, yeah. I annoy myself. So I got this thing, depending on how much water to put in it, it's a different pressure against your chords, and I can do it into this bottle, like. £50 for the pleasure of doing that, to make sure everyone around me isn't as annoyed. Yeah, the older I've got, unfortunately, the harder it's gotten for my voice. I'm unfortunately, but fortunately as well, actually, I'm really sensitive to smoking and alcohol. So smoking weed's out at least a month before I go on tour, and alcohol as well. I unfortunately drank so much back in the day that I've caused a lot of acid reflux for myself. So alcohol, if I drink alcohol, I get really bad acid reflux to excess. If I drink to excess, that's the only way I know how to do it. So yeah, I try to take care of it, because there's nothing worse than not being able to perform to your best, and then I just hate myself the majority of the night into my dreams, till the next day when I try and do better.
To have flawless appearances, spotless careers, and ideal relationships. But life was never meant to be perfect. It was meant to be authentic.
So we're in Edinburgh in the Liquid Rooms. It's a decent sized venue, bigger than the one we were in yesterday in York. I think the cap is around about 900 as opposed to, it was 300 yesterday. Beautiful place. Stage is big, which is a handy thing to have, since yesterday we were on stage like this. But yeah, lovely. First time playing here as well. We've never played in Edinburgh.
And loading in, what's the issue out there? I mean, what's the...
Loading in, if you want to go and have a look at the loading in issues, there is a ramp the size of No, they can't say that. There is a ramp out there that is horrific, and it's cobblestoned as well, because this is a really old, like oldie-worldy part of Edinburgh. So load in was easier than load out, is all I can say. I think it's going to be a lot harder later on.
And how's tour going so far?
Yeah, it's going good. Only the second date, but it's, you know, last night was like the warm-up show for Elliot Minor's home crowd. Obviously, they were there for them, and they were a good crowd. They really were. Small venue, intimate. Second day, we travelled up overnight, arrived in Edinburgh this morning. And yeah, tour so far is going well. Everything seems to be going well. The lighting is incredible. Dave's actually doing a really good sound. He's managed to get drunk already on day one.
What's tour bus life like? You know, generally, what's it?
It's good. It's, I mean, you have to put up with Dave sometimes, being on that tour bus. Can't really say too much about him now.
That's right, Dave.
It's just this guy Jeff. We don't really like him. Oh, speaking of the devil.
So this is what tour bus life's like. Dave got back on the tour bus last night. First couple of steps, dropped 24 beers, glass bottles on my foot. I had no shoes on, landing on my foot. Then he just proceeded to leave them bleeding all out over the floor. Got glass stuck in his hand. Then stood on my fucking foot on the same toe, squashing it. So yeah, that's what tour life is like.
And I'll do it all again tonight.
Incredible.
Is there anything you sort of miss while you're on tour?
Comforts, everything. Obviously I miss my family, my wife, my little boy. But the comforts, just being able to get in bed and do that. Like, you know, you can't do that on these beds. I don't miss, when I get back home, I don't miss the intense snoring, which again is Dave Deering who does that. So, but I like being on the bus because it's all sort of, you know, you're all together and you're all partying with the same sort of crowd, you know, it's good.
Have you ever had any swing snap on stage?
Don't say that. No, I haven't. Not till now. No, you've mentioned it. No, I haven't. At least not with Call Me Amour. In previous bands, I've had string snap on stage, and depending on which string it is, you can kind of get away with it. You can carry on playing, but if it's one of the major strings, it sounds awful. So, but fingers crossed, nothing's happened yet.
It makes it feel more real when I'm saying, I'm like, dude, this is so cool. I'm so lucky to be here. I really appreciate it. Really good energy in the room for sure. It's good energy in the gym. Yeah, it's a good.
One of the best.
No, I find that I love the bottle just because.
Bottle, is that what it is?
That's what it is. Yeah. Just because I annoy people, so I do it all the time. So they're just like, dude.
Don't love it. It's really and you've been sat. Give you a little bit about how to know.
I love different vibes of audiences, and this tour so far is a very different vibes that we normally play to. I guess because these are all die-hard Elliot Minor fans. So yeah, I try and make as many people as I can kind of enjoy it. I like that game, so I'm having fun.
We are here to try a famous deep fried Mars bar. Yeah. Can we get? Should we have 4 or 5? Is everyone going to eat one to themselves? I'll go half with you. Half of a bite.
Yeah.
One bite. So
we can't go in the deep end.
Yeah, I don't know. Yes, it's whole one. Do you want one? A whole one? Yeah.
I'll split with someone.
We'll do 5.
Yeah. Just one size. Yeah.
You should do the celebration size. Deep fry those ones. Oh, dude.
There's an ice cream.
An ice cream? No, dude, I can't have diabetes again. I can't. No, it's okay. Oh, man. Maybe we should dip into it. Jeff.
Yeah, definitely dip it.
Dip into it.
Yeah,
just dip into it. The ice cream is just a block of ice. There's nothing creamy about that, bro. It looks like a corn dog. Cheers, boys. Enjoy the log.
Cheers, boys.
To Edinburgh.
To login.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
Good day to you, sir. Tastes like America, to be honest with you.
America.
What's going on, United Kingdom? This is Call Me Amour, and we are really excited to say we are coming to you for our first ever headline tour this December. Jeff, where are we going?
We will be in Glasgow, Leeds, Manchester, Birmingham, Bristol, and London.
Tickets are on sale now. Head to callmeamour.com and we'll see you guys out there.
I think I'm suffering.